1, we had to read Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Chapter 1 was about critical thinking and reasoning. Talk about the 8 steps to legal reasoning, which are: what are facts, what is the issue, what are the reasons and conclusion, what are the relevant rules of law, does the legal argument contain significant ambiguity, what ethical norms are fundamental to the court's reasoning, how appropriate are the legal analogies, and is there relevant missing information. You go on, and we looked at United States of America versus Martha Stewart and Peter Bakanovich, which is what the first homework assignment was on. So it was basically like a fraud lawsuit. Talk about critical thinking steps, the facts and the issues, reasons and conclusion and relevant rules of law, and more critical thinking steps, ambiguity, and primary ethical and norms. It's like freedom, security, justice, efficiency, and then analogies and missing information. And there's steps to legal reasoning. What are the facts? What is the issue? What are the reasons and conclusion? And what are the relevant rules of law? Does the legal argument contain significant ambiguity? What ethical norms are fundamental to the court's reasoning? How appropriate are the legal analogies, and is there relevant missing information? We talk about applying the critical thinking approach, using a systematic and methodical approach, applying the steps of legal reasoning to all cases, and asking evaluative questions in other contexts. If we move on to Chapter 2, it's about introduction to law and the legal environment of business. The top 10 reasons for studying the legal environment of business. Becoming aware of the rules of doing business, familiarizing yourself with the legal limits on business freedom, forming an alertness to potential misconduct of competitors, appreciating the limits of entrepreneurship, being able to communicate with your lawyer, making you a more fully informed citizen, developing an employment-related skill, exploring the fascinating complexity of business decisions, providing a heightened awareness of business ethics, and opening your eyes to the excitement of the law and business. You want to talk about the schools of jurisprudence, the natural law school, the sociological school, the critical legal studies school, the law and economics school. And then sources of law in the U.S. is the legislative branch, which creates laws, the judicial branch, which interprets the laws, the executive branch, which enforces the laws, and the administrative agencies. You want to talk about where to find the laws and how a bill becomes a law. And talking about more about the branches, the judicial, executive, administrative agencies. There's classifications of law, like statutory law, which is made by the legislative branch of government. Case law is a result of judicial interpretations of constitutions and statutes. Criminal law is composed of federal and state statutes prohibiting wrongful conduct ranging from murder to fraud. Civil law governs litigation between two private parties. Public law deals with the relationship of government to individual citizens, and private law deals with the enforcement of private duties. Substantive law creates and regulates legal rights. Procedural law sets rules for enforcing substantive rights in a court of law. And cyber law applies to traditional categories of law enforcement to new forms like online communication. that's basically it for the chapters. This relates to my career path because it's good to know the law, especially business law, and like my career, which would be like sports business. So we'd have to like know the law in order to follow the law and everything that we do in our organization. So yeah, that's basically it.